Are you preparing for Marine Corps boot camp because you're joining the Marines in 2022? Then here are 20 things you should start doing now. Hi guys, my name's Tony and this is For the Corps, and I'm just giving you guys advice and information that I wish I had when I joined back in 2010. Alright, but before we dive into it, do me a solid, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that little notification bell so you guys get updates on future content that I post. Alright, so let's dive into it. If you're preparing for Marine Corps boot camp, here are 20 things you should start doing now. I recommend getting a notepad and a pen out and start taking some notes. Number 1, go to bed earlier. If you guys can get in the habit of going to bed earlier, it's going to benefit you that much more. It's no secret that in boot camp you're going to be getting up early. All right, you are going to be getting about 6 to 8 hours of sleep a night, but you're going to be exhausted both mentally and physically, and you're going to want to just get in the habit of getting used to waking up early. Number 2, eat healthier. All right, in basic training, your food is going to be very limited to what you can eat. So if you're used to eating cupcakes and cake and sugar and sweets and stuff like that, you're gonna kiss all that goodbye. All right, so if you guys are one of those individuals who drinks pop or soda or heavily sugared drinks, I would just cut all that stuff out, learn to live without it, and just clean up your diet all around, okay? Because it'll be easier for you when you get to boot camp. You're not gonna be having those sugar withdrawals or the junk food withdrawals, right? If you could just get in the habit of cleaning up that diet, eating well-balanced meals, it'll benefit you when you get to basic training because, like I said, you're going to be forced to eat healthier in boot camp. Number 3, start working out. All right, again, no secret. In boot camp, physical training is a huge part of it. Everywhere you go, you're either going to be running or you're going to be marching, okay? So everything you do in basic training is fast, and it's going to be heavily revolved around physical training. All right, so if you guys can get in the habit of, starting to go to the gym, right? You don't need to be a PT stud. I want you guys to get in the habit of working out because if you can get your body into the shape that it needs to be before you get there, it's going to be that much easier for you. Number 4, form routines. All right, in the military, it's very routine, it's very structured, and if you guys can get in the habit of setting a daily routine, like the things we've just discussed, right? If you can wake up early, if you can eat a well-balanced breakfast, and then you know what you're doing next, and you kind of just stick to a routine every day, it's going to help you develop the right mindset for when you get in the military because everything's very structured, very routine. It's going to be difficult, but the more you do it, the more you stick to it, it's just going to become second nature. Number 5, set goals. If you guys can get in the habit of setting goals, whether they're big or small, and achieving those goals, it's going to benefit you because you're going to see the little accomplishments that you're making, right? And this goes hand in hand with everything we've just discussed. Maybe you have a little day planner. You write down your goals for the day, right? The night before, you write down, all right, I'm going to get up at this time. I'm going to go to the gym at this time. I'm going to eat these meals at these times. And if you could just check those boxes off, it's going to be a reward system, all right? It's going to encourage you to stick with it and just keep achieving those goals. And then you can set bigger goals and it'll just push you that much farther ahead in life in general. All right, but it'll benefit you as well if you're looking to go into the Marine Corps. Number 6, develop a sense of urgency. In the Marine Corps, everything you do, especially in basic training, you need to have a sense of urgency. If someone tells you to have this task completed by this time, right, you should be striving to complete it faster than that time, right? Just develop a sense of urgency because basic training especially, everything revolves around that. Once the drill instructor hits 0, your ass better be done moving. All right, and you'll learn that and you'll understand what that means when you get there. Number 7, embrace fear. Fear is one of those things that is inevitable, right? We all fear the unknown. We all let fear creep in and determine whether or not we do certain things or whether we follow our goals. Fear is always with us. If you can learn to just harness that fear and understand that fear is essentially false evidence appearing real, right? It's everything you make up in your mind majority of the time. Like a lot of you guys are afraid to ship off to boot camp. You're afraid to take the step to join the Marine Corps. I got a video, I'll link it up above. It goes a little bit more in depth on this topic, but fear is one of those things that, like I said, try and use it to your advantage. Don't let yourself talk yourself out of things. Don't let other people freak you out. If there's something you want to do in life, go after it, all right? Fear holds so many people back. Number 8, start developing a positive attitude. All right, doesn't matter where you're at, doesn't matter what you're doing. If you can always try and maintain a positive attitude, you're going to be that much better off. All right, this is something that I really strive for every day. All right, doesn't matter the situation. Sure, I get frustrated. Sure, I get angry, but I'm very quick to check myself and take a step back and realize what it is that's pissing me off or upsetting me, and figuring out, am I going to let this ruin my day? And oftentimes no, because I really try to have a positive attitude no matter what. All right, and the Marine Corps helped me harness that. You deal with so much shit on a day-to-day basis in the Marine Corps, but it just depends on how you go into it. If you go into it with a negative mindset or a negative mentality, you're going to hate life and everything's just going to be negative. You're just going to be feeding off of that negative energy. All right, but if you can go into things with a positive attitude, people are going to feed off of that and you're going to benefit. Number 9, start being self-critical. All right, you don't want to be too self-critical to where it holds you back or where it hinders your performance. And you don't want to be not enough self-critical where you're afraid to make mistakes and push yourself. But you want to be just self-critical enough to where you can look at your mistakes, your failures, and kind of reevaluate, figure out what it is that caused you to fail or make that mistake. And you can just build off of that. All right. And it also goes hand in hand. If somebody calls you out on something you did wrong, don't be that individual that gets all butthurt and takes offense to it. All right, because oftentimes people are just telling you these things because they want you to be better. All right, learn to take that critical feedback and use it to your advantage. Number 10, check your ego. The Marine Corps is not all about you. All right, especially when you get to boot camp. It's all about a team effort and doing things as a team, as a platoon. If you are just out there doing things for yourself, only looking out for yourself, others are going to see it, the drill instructors are going to see it, and they're going to punish you for it. Number 11, embrace the suck. All right, this is one of my favorite mottos. I try to live by this every day. It kind of goes hand in hand with having a positive attitude too, right? Because like I said, in the Marine Corps, you're going to deal with a lot of bullshit on a day-to-day basis, right? It's not all sunshine and rainbows. I say that all the time. And if you can learn to embrace the suck, you'll go into things with a different outlook. All right, you'll come out of things with a different mentality. And when times get tough, if you can learn to embrace those tough times and kind of look at it from a different perspective, a positive attitude perspective, you're going to be that much better off. Number 12, develop some discipline. And now you might be asking me, how the hell do I develop discipline? All right. If your parents are constantly telling you to make your bed, to clean your room, to go pick up the dog shit in the backyard, whatever it is, instead of giving them grief and giving them a hard time about it and complaining and whining, just do that shit. Or if you know they want things done, just get ahead of it and do it before they even tell you, right? Developing discipline isn't hard. Holding yourself accountable is developing discipline within yourself. Waking up early, eating healthier, setting goals, all the things we've discussed. If you can do those on your own without being told and do the difficult things that you know you should be doing, you're developing discipline without even realizing it. All right, me getting up every day and, working on this YouTube channel or working on my website. I'm doing it as a hobby, but I'm also doing it for you guys. And there's times I wake up where I don't want to get up early, or maybe I don't feel like writing that day, or maybe I don't feel like putting out a video. I do it because I know I have to. So I hold myself accountable. And, just doing those things, you're developing discipline. Number 13, lose your entitled attitude. All right, the Marine Corps and your drill instructors don't give a shit about your background. They don't care if you were rich or poor, how old or young you are, right? All they care about is what you're going to bring to the table. Are you going to come to boot camp, give 120% every day, learn to embrace the suck, and really just put forth the effort that is required to become a basically trained Marine? Number 14, learn to follow orders. All right, this kind of goes hand in hand with what I talked about with discipline, but like I said, if your parents are constantly harping on you to clean your room or do certain things, how about instead of complaining all the time and giving them grief and pushback, you just do it because they told you to, right? Because when you get to the Marine Corps, there's going to be no arguing or fighting back with the drill instructors or your superiors. If somebody tells you to do something, guess what? You're going to freaking do it. Number 15, work ethic. Develop some freaking work ethic. This is one of my biggest pet peeves and something that I see way too often in society in general. All right, people have zero work ethic. I judge a person's character based off of their work ethic. Maybe that's bad, maybe it's good, whatever. It's just what I do, okay? If you show up to work every day and have a shitty work ethic and a shitty attitude, Like, get the hell out of there, right? Nobody wants you around. If you can't carry your own freaking weight, it just looks disgusting as a person, all right? Because not only are you looking bad yourself, but you're also putting that workload on somebody else. And that's just disrespectful as hell. So develop a work ethic, learn to hold yourself accountable, right? If you are doing a job, do that job to the best of your ability. Develop a freaking work ethic. You're gonna need it in the Marine Corps. Number 16, start studying Marine Corps knowledge. You know, your general orders, your rank structure, things like that, right? Learn just basic Marine Corps knowledge because it's gonna benefit you when you get to basic training. Yes, you're going to learn it when you're there, but if you already know it, it'll just put you that much farther ahead. And luckily for you, I do have a website, forthecorps.com, where I do have, you know, a huge guide that I made about the rank structure. You have all your enlisted ranks, all your warrant officer ranks explained, and all your officer ranks explained. All right, you can go there, you can learn all about them, and you can memorize the rank structure. I have more stuff coming. It's just a work in progress, but go check it out. I'll put the link up above. Number 17, start prepping for the ASVAB. All right, so start studying for the ASVAB so that when you do take the test, you're confident going into it, and you can qualify for a bunch of MOSs, right? The more jobs you qualify for, the more things you're gonna have to pick from. Use resources that are available to you, your recruiters. They have resources available. They have free tests you can take, study material, or just give it a quick Google search, all right? There's so many free resources out there for you to prepare for the ASVAB. Number 18, prepare to talk to a recruiter. If you haven't already, you know, start figuring out what you're gonna say. Luckily for you, I do have a video, 20 questions to ask your military recruiter, linked above. Check it out. You know, it's 20 questions that you should be asking a recruiter, all right? So go into that recruiter prepared, you know, have a plan, and it'll just give you the confidence you need to walk in there and talk to them. Number 19, develop a plan. You know, it doesn't have to be a solid plan or a definitive plan, but you should have a basic plan of what you want to do, what you want the Marine Corps to do for you, right? Do you want to go enlisted or officer? There's another link above. Or do you want to go reserves or active, right? You need to figure out the path that you want to take so that you can have a plan moving forward. Number 20, really understand your why it is you want to join the Marine Corps, right? Because times are going to get tough. It's going to get difficult. You're going to question your decision of why you wanted to join, and you're going to need to know that definitive why so that you can refer back to it. So I hope this list of 20 things is going to help you. I hope it gave you a different perspective, a different way to look at things. Maybe you were thinking about some of these, maybe you weren't, maybe you're already doing these, maybe you weren't. All right, but I encourage you guys to use these 20 things to your advantage. Really hold yourselves accountable. Utilize me as a resource, guys. I have, you know, free information on my website, forthecorps.com. I've got a bunch of videos about joining the Marine Corps, and I'm just trying to create a resource that I wish I had when I joined back in 2010. All right, so I thank you guys for watching. Again, if you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll be seeing you guys real soon. This is Tony with For the Corps, Semper Fi.